Sellout crowd expected at Target Field. Twins fans hoping the team can chip away at a magic number that doesn't need much more chipping away. It's a 10-game lead for the Twins, and the magic number for clinching the division championship down to 4. And welcome to Target Field for the series opener between the Twins and the Cleveland Indians. Bert Blyleven and Dick Bramer. Beautiful night here for baseball at Target Field. A couple months ago, right before the trading deadline, the consensus was the Twins needed to do something to bolster the starting rotation. There were some names out there: Roy Oswalt, Ted Lilly, Cliff Lee. What the Twins did, true to form, is promote from within, and the results have been pretty good.
Yeah, there were some guys in the rotation that were struggling a little bit. Nick Blackburn, Scott Baker, Kevin Slowey. So Brian Dunsing got the opportunity to get into that rotation. He did a great job in the bullpen until he got his first start, and he's been a starter ever since. Over his first 10 starts, 6-1 with a 2.25 ERA. I think the biggest thing that has impressed us about Brian Dunsing, Dick, is the way that he changes speeds and throws strikes.
What the Twins did, instead of adding a starting pitcher, was bolster their bullpen. And boy, in the last week and a half, as they have in essence doubled their lead in the division, the bullpen's been one of the big reasons why.
Yeah, they really have. In the month of September, they're 4-1 with 7 saves, but over the last 8 ball games, covering 26 1/3 innings, only 1 earned run allowed. So, I mean, that's the strength of any club, is their bullpen. They're going to need a lot of good arms, and they have a lot of good ones in there for postseason.
Well, the Twins have a chance to clinch the division here at home. They also have a chance to rest some players who are nicked up. We'll give you an update on, among others, Twins catcher Joe Mauer when we come back. Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by GMC. We are professional grade.
Twins with the magic number of 4 kick off a 3-game set here in downtown Minneapolis against the Cleveland Indians. Thanks for joining us. I'm Robbie Smikowski. Twins without 2 key components of their lineup as they head down the stretch run toward the playoffs. Joe Mauer and Jason Kubel both sitting out the ball game tonight. We'll give you an update on both guys. Joe Mauer injured his knee yesterday against the Oakland Athletics, officially listed as day-to-day. We don't have any new news on Mauer's knee other than he's day-to-day. He received treatment all day, did not hit. Jason Jason Kubel injured his wrist in Chicago. He is not in the lineup tonight, but he did take batting practice today. Manager Ron Gardner was to speak with Kubel after BP to see if he would be available for a possible pinch hitting spot late in the ballgame. We do not know the outcome of that conversation. So Kubel, maybe there's a chance he makes an appearance tonight. It's Brian Dunsing on the mound tonight for the Minnesota Twins, who has emerged as one of the best young starters in all Major League Baseball. First pitch with Dick and Bert, next on Fox Sports North.
The Twins' decision to start Brian Dunsing has paid off big time. The low-key lefty has looked like a savvy veteran as the Twins took over the top of the Central. Tonight, Brian Dunsing looks to continue the countdown of Minnesota's magic number. It's the Twins and Indians next. Even rarer, a series loss at home. The Oakland A's took 2 out of 3. 3 games here with the Indians, and then the Twins play a week on the road, their final road trip of the year. 3 games in Detroit, 3 games in Kansas City. Here's the Menards batting order for Maniacta's Cleveland Indians. Michael Brantley's been red hot. He's hitting in the leadoff spot as Drupal Cabrera second, Shin Soo Choo, Shelley Duncan, Jason Nix, Matt Laporta, Andy Marte, Drew Sutton, and Lou Marson.
And a Dodge Ram Scouting report on Brian Dunsing, looking for his 10th win. He's 9-2 with a 2.07 earned run average, making his 11th start. Talked about it in the open. He's been a solid starter since he's put in that rotation. In his 10 starts, previous 10 starts, 6-1, 2.25 ERA. He's had a lot of success here at Target Field. So far in 4 starts here at Target Field in 26 appearances overall. He's 5-1 with a 1.28 earned run average.
Twins out in the field, brought to you by Northland Ford. Delman Young on left, Denard Span at center, Jason Repko in right, Valencia Hardy, Orlando Hudson back in the lineup, Kadire at first, and Jose Morales getting his first start behind the plate. It was gray, misting most of the day here in Minneapolis, and then late afternoon it cleared out. It's just an absolutely gorgeous night. The moon appearing over the right field plaza.
Boy, again, Dick, the Twins have been very, very lucky this year with weather. We've had some beautiful days to play Twins baseball.
You know, over the course of the year, so often we've come to the ballpark with a 30% chance of rain. It's like, it was a 30% chance of rain tonight. You don't even think about it because it's never rained when it's at a 30% chance. First pitch, a strike to Michael Brantley.
Well, Brantley currently on a 19-game hitting streak in his third stint with the Indians. And he's making 3 be a charm. He's done a very good job as that leadoff hitter, taking over for Grady Sizemore, who has been out almost all season long.
2 quick strikes from Dunsing to Brantley. And a 2-hopper to second. Easy play for Hudson. 1 away. Twins baseball tonight brought to you in Sony High Definition. And could there be better viewing than watching a very good baseball team in a beautiful ballpark in Sony High Definition? Wow, look at that shot. 1 gone as Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera having an okay year. There's really not much that's gone right for the Indians this year. Injuries, trades. Back to Dunsing. Oh, little high throw. Kadyr's able to snag it. 2 down.
Well, Dunsing making his second start against the Indians so far this year. He worked against the Indians back on August 8th in Cleveland. He ended up getting a win in a 5-4 win over the Indians. He worked 7 1/3 innings. Gave up 3 earned runs on 9 hits.
2 quick outs, and now Dunsing will go after Cleveland's best hitter, Shin Soo Choo. Had a 3 home run game the other day. He's got 20 on the season. Can steal a base. Good defensive outfielder. So far, Dunsing's thrown 5 pitches, all of them over the plate.
Yeah, Choo just named the American League Player of the Week. Named by Bank of America.
2 quick strikes to Choo.
Came fishing. He caught a ball. Very nice.
0-2 to the Cleveland right fielder. 1-2.
Choo, for the second straight season, hit 20 home runs.
High fastball. Dunsing breezes through the first inning on 8 pitches. the Twins. Denard Span, Orlando Hudson, Michael Kadire, Jim Thome, Delman Young, Danny Valencia having great success in his home ballpark. J.J. Hardy with an 11-game hitting streak against Cleveland. And then Jose Morales and Jason Repko.
And the Chiefs got a report on Jamar Gomez. Gomez making his 10th start, his 10th major league start, his second against the Twins. He started the season outstanding, 3-0 in his first 4 starts, but it's been a struggle as of late, 0-4 with a 6.47 ERA over his last 5 starts. And like a lot of these, pitchers, young pitchers this time of the year, they're trying to impress that manager for next year. This young man just 22 years old from Venezuela.
1 strike to Denard Span, back in the lineup after getting a weekend off. Grounder right side. Scooped up by Drew Sutton. Span retired 1 away. Northland Ford defense for the Cleveland Indians. Kelly Duncan in left. Michael Brantley in center. Shin Soo Choo in right. Andy Marte at third. Asdrubal Cabrera at short. Drew Sutton at second. Matt Laporta at first. Drew Marson behind the plate. So 1 down, and here's Orlando Hudson. Hudson back in the lineup after getting yesterday off.
Yeah, Gardy just feeling that Hudson just needed a day just to relax on the bench. And, he's starting to swing at some pitches that he said that, he normally doesn't swing at. Hudson, a switch hitter, hitting .283 as a left-handed hitter.
One and one.
I mentioned Gomez making his second start against the Twins. He faced the Twins in his 3rd major league start. Got a no decision, but pitched a very good ball game for 5 1/3 innings. Only gave up 1 run.
Right back to Gomez. And a comeback. There's another lob throw. Ford is able to make the catch. 2 down.
Lincoln Mercury key stat on Gomez in his first, 9 starts. He started off great. Look at that, 3-0 in his first 4 starts, 1.56 ERA, but over his last 5 starts, 0-4 with a very high ERA. They say it's just control of the fastball. He's just missing with his fastball, and his secondary pitches being the breaking ball, the hard slider, and the changeup. He's just not been able to throw them a lot because he hasn't been able to do that consistently. So far here tonight, he's making good control of those fastballs.
1 strike to Michael Kadire. Popped up. Laporta over for a look. And it's out of play. So 2 strikes to Kadire.
Kadire hitting 1 of 2 home runs the Twins hit yesterday against the Oakland A's.
Ooh, fastball a little bit low. 1-2.
Well, straight over the top, Gomez, which you'd like to have called. Brian Knight behind the plate here tonight. Home plate umpire.
Another one that looked like it might have hit the outside corner, low at the knees.
Well, this is where you're taught to pitch, down in a strike zone.
2-2. 3-2 with Thome on deck. And I think the Fox Tracks element in our broadcast has shown that the low strike, more than any other strike, is the one that isn't called consistently by the umpire.
I think overall it just shows how inconsistent these umpires have been throughout the year.
And that 1 or 2 of the pitches look like they might have been in the strike zone but weren't called, allows Kadire to take a walk.
To me, it's up to the catcher to finally say something to some of these umpires that don't call those low strikes. Now, as a pitcher, we saw it in Mark Burley. But Mark Burley, he's the last guy to ever raise his hand when Jerry Crawford was behind the plate that last game in Chicago. And they need to find a way to be a little more consistent in that strike zone.
Well, here's Thome. He hit the other home run yesterday to the opposite field, his 24th of the year, and there's a called strike. Even with a runner at first, the Indians have their infield shift on, which puts the second baseman Drew Sutton in short right field. Inside, 1-1.
You know, there are certain umpires, and I know when I played, Dick, that would call strike one, strike two, but there are umpires that would not call strike three. Believe it or not. And you knew the ones coming in. It's hard today to know who it is because Brian Knight, I mean, when's he been behind the plate, say, Gomez, I know, only making his 10th Major League start. Brian Dunsing has probably never had Knight, so this is the first look for Brian Knight on a lot of these pitchers, too, because the umpires rotate so much. I don't like it.
Inside again, 3-1.
I liked it when there was the American League and a National League umpire. The umpires knew the pitchers, and the pitchers knew the umpires.
And instead, now you've got a pool of umpires twice the size that you used to have, and they rotate around. Gomez in danger of walking back-to-back batters with Young on deck. And that's inside. And they pounded him inside. Hey, in this next week's issue of Sports Illustrated, guess who was on the cover? Jim Thome here at Target Field. And if that cover looks familiar to you, the very first cover for Sports Illustrated back in 1954 had Eddie Matthews at County Stadium. And the similarity is striking with Jim Thome from the same camera angle as the original Sports Illustrated cover story a long, long time ago. Parra walks with 2 out. That gets Delman Young to the plate. And Young takes a strike. Young hoping to get to the 20 home run level before season's end. This would be a good spot for number 19. Drilled to the left field corner. Not a home run, but it'll produce the first run of the game. Thome to third. He'll hold up there, and Young cracks a double, and it's 1-0. So the walk to Kadire with those close pitches has put Gomez in a big bind here.
You know, sometimes you make good pitches and they don't get called, and then all of a sudden the floodgates open up, and that's what's happened for Gomez here. That ball kind of ran right into Delman, who likes that ball down and in. For Delman Young, his 41st double, picking up his 103rd RBI of the year.
Now, Dunsing hasn't benefited from this first inning offense as much as you'd think. The last few starts for Dunsing, he's kept the Twins in the game until they've broken through in the middle innings. But here tonight, he gets a first inning run to work with, and maybe more. Here's Valencia. And strike one. Valencia's chances of being the rookie of the year are minimal. You've got Austin Jackson, who's been hitting 300 or better all year for the Tigers. He's going to score over 100 runs. You've got Neftali Feliz, who's done a great job as a closer for a playoff-bound Texas team. Nevertheless, by season's end, I don't know that there's a rookie that has made a greater impression in the American League than the Twins' third baseman.
I agree. I mean, Danny Valencia, since he got called up, he has done a great job. Getting a lot of big hits and has had a lot of success here at Target Field.
Things down and in, and it's 2-1. And Gomez, who had Kadire 0-2 and was one pitch away from outdoing Dunsing in terms of having an efficient first inning, now has thrown 21 pitches. Grounder hit to the shortstop. Cabrera sets and fires the inning ends. Parra walks in a double, and the Twins get the first run of the game.
By the 2010 edition of the Twins Around Town statue here in Patrick Klinger. Vice President of Marketing Julie Roloff, the Manager of Promotions for the Minnesota Twins, join me. And fans are able to get a piece of the Twins' 50th season here on the Twins Around Town statues, Patrick, through an auction now through September 26th at twinsbaseball.com. How can they do it?
Hey, Robbie, they can simply visit twinsbaseball.com, click on the auction link, and all the details are right there. But these statues have been around downtown Minneapolis all summer long, and this is an opportunity to have a really unique item for your home or office.
And the thing that's cool about this, not only do you own a piece of the Twins' history here in their 50th season, but the proceeds, the net proceeds of this auction go to the Twins Community Fund. Is that right?
That's right. Anything that we raise goes to the Twins Community Fund and other worthy charities.
So it's all good stuff. Visit twinsbaseball.com. You could also visit foxsportsnorth.com. We have a link that takes you directly to the auction page where you can place your bid and own a piece of the Twins' 50th season in Minnesota. A lot of statues are being honored. In fact, the ones that are up for bid, 63, 84, 04, 07, and 08. A lot of good stuff, Dick and Bert, going on here with the Twins in their brand new home at Target Field.
Absolutely, Robbie. Thank you very much.
And Julie, thank you very much for talking. My goodness, boy, couldn't keep her quiet.
Well, Dunsing, who almost threw nothing but strikes in the first inning, issues a 4-pitch walk to Duncan to start the second inning. And you can see the statues very creative in their look, everyone different. And some baseball cards adorning some of them.
Boy, I can see that right in your front yard right now, Dick.
Really?
Uh-huh. Going up your driveway. You get two of them. One for each side.
Well, one on each side of the moat. You know, you'd want to have one on each side to balance out where the crocodiles are and all that. Strike one. One strike to Jason Nix with Duncan aboard, nobody out. And a strike on the outside corner, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that walk to Duncan right there. I mean, that's one thing that Dunsing's done a good job of. Only 24th walk. Now he's walked 5 intentional in 114 innings. So he has attacked the strike zone very nicely.
Ooh, there's one called at the knees. Nick's gone on 3 pitches. That didn't look too much different than the pitches that Gomez didn't have called.
Right. Well, Nix takes 3 pitches, did not swing the bat, and is a second strikeout victim for Dunsing.
Well, here's Matt Laporta. Twins have had a tough time pitching to him. In particular, Dunsing has had a tough time with Laporta. 3 for 3 against him with a home run. Laporta struggling. He's had that kind of a year where for a couple of weeks seems like he's locked in, and then goes through a 3-4 week period where hits have been hard to come by. The average down to 223. And now 2-0.
Oh, Matt Laporta, one of these young kids that, Maniaco wants to see what he can do. Okay in the first half. The second half been a little bit of a struggle for Laporta.
5 hits in his last 41 at bats. Rips a foul. And it's 2-1.
Yeah, Laporta came over from the Milwaukee Brewer organization in the CC Sabathia trade. Laporta with 11 home runs, 3 of them coming against the Twins this year.
2-1 from Dunsing to Laporta. 3-1 with Andy Marte on deck. High fly to right. Repko with the catch on number 2.
Well, Dunsing fell behind an account. Good fastball, outer half of the plate. It was Laporta. If you leave it in, he's going to hit that 2-run home run. But good fastball away from Dunsing. It's the second out.
Andy Marte getting a chance to play at third base. The Indians trading Johnny Peralta, whom they converted to a third baseman, over to the Tigers, and now he's being converted back to a shortstop for Detroit. So that's created a vacuum at third base, and Marte given yet another chance to prove that he can play the position at this level.
Yeah, this is the 5th season for Marte to kind of shine, or maybe go somewhere else. He just has not really panned out in Cleveland.
It's down the right field line and twisting foul and back into the seats. There are a lot of players like that. The Twins have had some. Players who really have nothing left to prove at AAA, but for some reason can't play at a higher level. And I think in some respects, to be fair, David McCarty was one of those guys. McCarty just punished AAA pitching, but he had a hard time playing one level higher.
Because there's that one little spot that maybe he had trouble with, and major league pitchers are going to find that spot. In the minor leagues, I remember the Twins had a guy, Joe Liss, many years ago, that would Charlie Manuel was that way too.
Yeah,
Charlie Manuel would go down and just tear up AAA, but when they got to the big leagues, a couple things. They had either a spot that you could pitch them to that they couldn't hit, like a ball up and in, like Bobby Gorinsky or even Greg Cusick, were guys that were big, strong guys that like to extend their arms. You could pitch them up and in. And then the other reason is that they come up here and they sit for a week or two.
Right.
They don't get a chance to play like they do in AAA, and they lose their timing.
2-2 to Andy Marte. And now 3-2. Dunsing's wobbled with his control a little bit here in the second inning.
I know when we were teammates back in the early 70s, Charlie Manuel, now the manager of the Phillies, he'd sit next to me on the bench and he goes, "Bert, I can hit." Well, yeah, we all know you can hit in AAA, but he never got to play every day. And, that's hard sometimes on guys like Charlie or Marte.
Driven to deep center. Span going back. And that's off the wall and rolling the warning track. It's going to score Duncan from first. And Marte scrambles to third with an RBI triple. Span got there just a step too late, and then the ball caromed off the wall and ran to Repko, who alertly was there to retrieve it in center field.
Well, I think you saw the strength of Andy Marte right there, because he hit that ball a long way. It's 411 feet to that door out by the bullpen. Good extension right there for Marte. And Denard Span, he just couldn't catch up to it. Ends up hitting the fence right there and then deflecting back toward right field. So Marte with his second triple of the year.
Valencia gets the second up, off the line, and they get the out at first, which keeps Marte from scoring. Indians get a 2-out triple to tie it up. From Minnesota, that's our Minnesota Moment, brought to you by Explore Minnesota. You can visit exploreminnesota.com. Plan your fall vacation, your winter vacation today. The area home to the 54-mile Paul Bunyan Scenic Byway, which winds its way around the Whitefish chain of lakes, weaving together the recreation, logging, resort, geology, early settlers, and Native American stories of a well-traveled past. J.J. Hardy to lead off the second for the Twins on a beautiful night here in downtown Minneapolis. I don't know that there's a ballpark in America that photographs as well at night as this ballpark. It just seems to glow once the evening hits. This is such a well-built stadium, but such a well-lit ballpark.
Yeah, it really is.
1-0 to Hardy. 2-0. J.J. Hardy's had a very good second half. Maybe Jim Thome or Jason Kubel, maybe some other left-handed batter can hit a moonshot here tonight. This one hit up in the air, and Drew Sutton with the catch. J.J. Hardy's had a better second half. Ron Coomer, I suspect, because he's been healthier.
He has, and I watched him the last few days when we were on the road, him take batting practice. I've watched him swing in the games, and the reason why this ball club has really taken off in the second half are guys like Hardy and Hudson. But Hardy, JJ's swinging, even in VP, it looks like he's healthy really for one of the first times since maybe early in the season. The ball's jumping off his bat, and you really like the way he's playing defensively at shortstop. We are extremely strong as a ball club now, as both you guys have talked about, up the middle, and I think he's one of the main reasons.
One strike to Morales, and he takes up high 1-1.
Well, that's one thing every club wants, is to be strong up the middle. We got Joe Mauer behind the plate, even though tonight it's Jose Majares. And then Ron Coomer talked about Hardy and Hudson, and then with Span out in center, very strong up the middle.
1-1 to the Twins catcher. And fouled back. Morales has proven to be a productive hitter. Just hasn't had a chance to catch that much. The Twins all year long have gone with Joe Mauer, Drew Butera as the backup, but now Morales as a third catcher gets a start. And he takes a called third strike, out number 2.
And Gomez picks up his first strikeout.
You can visit the official online shop of the Twins at twinsbaseball.com. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. You can gear it up for the postseason at the official source, twinsbaseball.com shop, except no substitutes. 2 gone. Here's Jason Repko. And he drives one to right center field, slicing away from Brantley, but he's there to make the catch. And Gomez has an 8-pitch second inning. By Grand Casino, the best stories start here. By Lincoln Mercury. Visit your local Lincoln Mercury dealer or go to experiencelm.com. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. AT&T. Rethink possible. Brian Dunsing delivers low on the first pitch to number 9 hitter and catcher Lou Marson. He'll be followed by Michael Brantley and Asdrubal Cabrera. Foul back into the seats. 1-1. Dunsing issued a leadoff walk in the second inning, and generally, you can't expect much good to happen after that. He paid the price. He almost got out of the inning, but a 2-out triple tied the game at 1. Way outside.
Both clubs have scored a run because of a walk. It was a 2-out walk to the Kadire that he ended up scoring on the RBI double by Young.
And another foul down the right field line and into the seats. 2-2. While the Twins are playing here, the White Sox are getting ready to play out in Oakland. They've got 3 games against the A's, and all 3 games will start a couple hours after the Twins game tonight, tomorrow night, and Wednesday afternoon. 3-2. There are 3 scenarios that would allow the Twins to clinch before they hit the road. 2 of those involve the White Sox losing after the Twins have already played. The pitch inside that misses. And it's another leadoff walk, this time to the number 9 batter.
Well, here's some fans in our section, 218 and 111. There you go. You are hereby circled. And Twin fans, don't forget, if you want to get circled, go to foxsportsnorth.com and click on the Circle Me Bert tab and tell us why your sign should be circled for a chance to spend an evening up in the booth with us. The better the sign, of course, the more likely you'll be circled. Winning sections will be announced the morning before each game on Fox Sports North and KFAN.com.
Well, what's happened to Brian Dunsing's control? He threw, 8 pitches, 7 strikes in the first inning. And since then, just 11 strikes and 15 balls. Second inning in a row where he's issued a leadoff walk.
And walks have not hurt Brian Dunsing, so making the adjustment. That's what you want to do right now as a pitcher. Get back into that strike zone. And how do you do that? Sit down and away, just like Morales is right there. Everything keys off the fastball.
Marson with 8 steals, 9 tries. Indians with 82 stolen bases. 30 times have been thrown out. Top base stealer is their top home run hitter, Shin-Soo Choo. Might be 2. Hudson fields, flips to Hardy out there, and Hardy with a great play at second, getting the 1 out and not having that ball thrown over by the tarp behind third base.
You talk to middle infielders, they're smiling at each other right now, but you talk to middle infielders, you never anticipate a perfect throw. And Hardy right there had to reach out toward the outfield, and the ball kind of handcuffed Hudson. And he does throw on the outfield side, and Hardy alertly catching the ball and then dragging that right foot across the bag for the force out.
Here's Cabrera. There's strike 1.
We've seen that a lot here at Target Field. That last little hop to middle infielders will kind of come up on a lot of these infielders. That's what it did to Hudson right there.
I asked J.J. Hardy and Michael Kadire about that before the game today. I said, how has the infield changed here? And Hardy probably the better guy to answer that than Kadire, who played the first half of the year here as an outfielder. And they both said the infield is harder now than it was at the start of the year, which stands to reason. I guess you're playing on it more. It's going to be more compact. But they both said the same thing. It's just a little bit harder. Still very good, but a harder surface than it was in April and May.
Watch out, Sandy Alomar Jr. Sandy Alomar Jr., the first base coach, having to get out of the way of that line drive.
1-2 to Asdrubal Cabrera.
There's Sandy.
Sandy Sr., a longtime coach for a variety of teams. Good to see Sandy Jr. still in the game. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2.
Yeah, their dad and I were teammates in Texas, and I watched Sandy Alomar and Roberto kind of grow up in Dallas, Texas, when I played for the Rangers.
And yet you say you have never grown up.
No.
So you've seen all these second-generation major leaguers grow up, and you're still the same free spirit you were when...
The Toys R Us kid.
And that one bounced through the hole on the right side, so that the Twins weren't able to turn a double play. Has helped the Indians' chances here of taking a lead. It's first and second. One away. Limited tickets are available for tomorrow's game and Wednesday afternoon's game against Cleveland. And to get fans in the optimistic postseason spirit, the first 30,000 fans at each game will receive a classic Homer hanky from last year's run. Don't think it's a preview of what's going to come this year. Log on to twinsbaseball.com. Call 833-TWINS. Check on the availability for tickets tomorrow and Wednesday. Out of center, and Span comes in. Despite the 10-game lead, the Twins aren't foolish nor presumptuous enough to assume anything about postseason play this year. And when the Twins, if the Twins get into postseason play, I'm sure they'll unveil the 2010 Homer hanky. I like their chances, don't you?
Well, it's kind of like calling the wrong garden hire and saying, what's your rotation going to be in postseason? Let's get there first, please.
Here's Shin-Soo Choo. Or, excuse me, here's Shelley Duncan.
Yeah, Duncan walked on 4 pitches to start the second inning and ended up scoring.
High drive to deep left center field. Duncan drives it a long way. Span makes the catch right in front of the bullpen. Duncan just missed a 3-run home run, and it's still 1 apiece.
Jennifer Zimmerman, who is a huge Jason Kubel and Minnesota Twins baseball fan. She's from Casa, Minnesota, and that puts her in tonight's Minnesota State Lottery winner's circle. I have $100 in Minnesota State Lottery tickets for Jennifer. She sign was going to be the welcome back card for Jason Kubel, but now it's the get well soon card, Bert, for Jason Kubel. And sometimes I think we underestimate the passion of some of these Twins fans. Wouldn't you say, when you get your nails painted like Jason Cooper?
You know what? I'm glad it was hers, because I was so afraid when we started that shot, I thought that was Robbie's nails.
Outside the span.
Robbie's he's put a lot of things on his nails before, but he hasn't.
Right.
We haven't gotten them to be the Twins yet.
The nails would look good with the pink shirt. 1-1 to Span, who bounced out to second his first time up. And now 1-2. Span, Hudson, and Kadire facing Gomez here in the third. Span jammed his shoulder in Chicago.
Yeah, the right shoulder.
Yep. Which is his glove shoulder. He's a left-handed thrower. And regarding Kubel, he took batting practice today for the first time in a couple of days, and I didn't really speak with him, but I got his attention, gave a thumbs up and a shrug of the shoulders, and he nodded, yeah, everything went pretty well.
I was watching him take batting practice. He hit one up in the upper deck,
right.
Out in right field.
I saw that one, and I said, that went pretty good. He goes, yeah, that was just my top hand, though. 1-2. And a bouncer foul.
Well, Gomez, a tall, thin kid, 6'4", about 190, again from Venezuela. Signed by the Indians back in 2005. Last couple of years, he's moved up pretty quickly. A couple of years ago, he's at Single-A, then Double-A. This year, started the season in Triple-A, and now getting some major league starts.
Pulled the string on him. Good Span on a changeup, one away. The Minnesota Wild training camp has started. Nick Schultz and Andrew Burnett are here. And tickets are on sale now for the Wild games at the XL Energy Center and all Ticketmaster locations. Tickets are available for all games, including the season home opener October 14th against Edmonton. Here's Orlando Hudson making a strike. Hudson with a one-hopper back to Gomez in the first inning. Twins second in the American League in team batting average, earned run average, and fielding percentage, and those aren't tell-all statistics. There's a pop up to the left, and Duncan toward the line for out number 2. But it gives you some idea about where the Twins rank with the other teams. Second in the league in team batting average and earned run average and fielding percentage.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Yankees have made now fewer errors than the Twins, but you win on pitching and defense. You have to win those close ball games, and the offense has just been a nice plus here for the Twins.
Michael Kadire, who was behind in the count 0-2, but Gomez ended up walking Tomey, and then giving up the RBI double to Young. Just off the plate, ball 1.
Only the Texas Rangers have a higher batting average than the Twins. And the Oakland A's, who just beat the Twins 2 out of 3, a lower ERA. Same pitch. That's a strike.
Pretty close to the same spot, 1-1. Ripped foul. 1-2. Kadire hit the home run yesterday, and it ended a long target field home run drought. So maybe, as these things do for players sometimes, maybe now they'll come in a flurry or a bunch of home runs for Kadire. Very powerful young man, and one of the few right-handed batters who's got the power to hit one out the other way.
He led the Twins with home runs last year with 32.
It's kind of fitting in a way that it's Kadire last year and again this year that has really helped the Twins play extraordinary baseball in the absence of Justin Morneau, because 2 years ago it was Kadire who had injury after injury after injury, and he had to really fight through all of that and the frustration that came with all of that, and now he's as responsible as anybody as the Twins getting to the playoffs last year and probably this year.
I think anytime you're a player, Dick, and you have to go through a season like Kadire did, and there's strike 3, when you get an opportunity to play, you want to play, and Kadire hasn't missed too many games.
7 in a row set down by Genmar Gomez. Two, three, four.
That circle me Bert's on fire.
Here's Jason Nix to start the 4th. He takes low, ball 1. Nix called out on strikes on 3 pitches. Nix, Laporta, and Marte facing Brian Dunsing. Popped up near first. Kadire back into fair territory. Makes the catch, 1 away. Twins still have a chance to win 100 games this year. They've got 13 games left. They've got 89 wins. You say, well, 11-2, that's kind of a tall order. There's a Grand Casino story of the game so far. But the Twins just finished a stretch before yesterday's game. They were 12-2, so they're playing, I think, their best baseball of the year at the right time.
Having a very good month of September where they are 13-4.
Here's Matt Laporta, hit a fly ball to right his first time up. Now here's another fly ball to right, and Repko makes the catch out number 2.
I'd like to give our best wishes to Richard Abrams. Abrams, the father of the PA announcer, Adam Abrams. Richard, hope you're feeling better.
Two gone here in the 4th inning. If the Twins were to get to 100 wins, or for that matter 99, in terms of regular season wins, it would be their 2nd best regular season ever.
A pretty good team in 1965, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Except for those Dodgers and that guy named Sandy Koufax.
Strike 1. You know, and every once in a while you'll be able to watch a replay of Game 7 of that 65 World Series. Here's Marte with the long triple off the fence in left center for the Cleveland run. Dodgers won that game, and Jim Cott was sailing along as Sandy Koufax was in what I think the 4th or 5th inning. The Dodgers got their 2 runs on 3 hits on 3 successive pitches. And if not for those 3 pitches, Twins might have won the World Series, and I think, to be perfectly honest, Jim Cott would have been in the Hall of Fame by now. If he had outdueled Sandy Koufax
Well, he already should be.
Well, I know, but that would have been the one.
Come down to one game.
No, but that would have been the one thing. As if he had outpitched Sandy Koufax, I think that would have gotten him a lot of votes.
It's a shame that they would look at Jim Cott that way, because Kitty has Hall of Fame numbers.
And now a walk to Marte with 2 outs in the 4th.
A third walk of the ball game for Brian Dunsing.
That'll bring up Drew Sutton.
Not missing by much, just a little off.
Sutton just 13 at bats. 3 singles and a double.
Sutton coming over from the Cincinnati Reds, claimed off waivers from the Reds on August 6th. You know, you look up and down, Dick, this Cleveland lineup. They do not have one everyday player starting in this lineup, 1 through 9, that came through their system.
Yeah.
It's all through other ball clubs.
Dunsing on 10 pitches a scoreless 4th. Behind 4 home runs against, I think, Chicago starter Mark Burley.
What happened to me?
Carlos Silva and the Twins defeated the White Sox 8-2 in Chicago to clinch the American League Central Division title, their 88th win in their 150th game of the season. Jim Thome on the first pitch, dribbles it to second, and he's quickly retired to start the 4th. You can ask a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Jack Ludwig from St. Cloud wondering, where does Jim Thome rank in the American League for at-bats per home run?
Well, this year it's Jose Bautista that's on that home run crave. And Jim Thome second.
Here's Delman Young, who drove in the Twins' run with a double to the left field corner. Has been very good. Twins haven't had a base runner since Young's double. Tap foul into the Cleveland dugout. 1-2.
Well, he's doing a good job of getting strike one. 12 of the 14 batters he's faced been able to get ahead in the count. That's always a key to having a successful ball game.
Two and two. Young driving in his 103rd run for the Twins. And that places him still 6th in the American League, a couple behind Paul Konerko. Miguel Cabrera leading the league with 118. Then Batista 114. Alex Rodriguez 111. Vlad Guerrero 107. Konerko 105. And Young now 103. 2-2 with one gone in the Twins' fourth. And now a full count. Gomez paid the price for the 2 walks he issued. With 2 outs in the first, he walked Kadire and Tomey, and then Young hit his double.
Hey, threw Young a pitch middle in, and you can see Marson sitting away.
And Young puts it in play to the first baseman.
A good pitch right there.
Laporta to Gomez, 2 away.
Gomez has retired 9 straight.
I think the trivia questions have gotten tougher. What do you think?
Yeah, they're trying to, but they haven't stumped us yet.
AT&T trivia. Who are the 4 Indians? They have 20 plus home runs and 20 plus stolen bases.
All we have to name is one, right?
Right, Shin-Soo Choo.
Right.
He's one of them. Travis Hafner not on the list. Grady Sizemore might be on the list. Rocky Colabito, I don't believe is. Carlos Baerga.
That's a good name. He stole some bases. I don't know if he hit 20 home runs back to back.
Here's Valencia. And 2-0.
When I played in Cleveland, it was Andre Thornton, or it was our power hitter, but he didn't have 20 stolen bases.
Right. Well, Robbie Alomar, he had some power and stole a lot of bases. There's a deep drive to left field. Valencia into the upper deck. And the Twins take a 2-1 lead.
Now there's some power right there. Danny Valencia on a home run little streak going. It's his 5th home run and the 3rd on this homestand. I got a fastball. And Danny Valencia makes it a 2-1 ball game for the Twins.
And now J.J. Hardy. And he takes a strike. So the Twins get a 2-out double from Young to score a run in the first. Now a 2-out home run from Valencia to retake the lead. 1-1. Hardy popped up to second, leading off the second inning.
Yeah, Valencia hit that solo home run here on Friday night against Oakland, then the 3-run home run Saturday, and then picks up a solo home run here.
2-1. Ooh, right through the wickets. And Gomez, for a lot of reasons, lucky that ball didn't hit him.
Somehow he was able to turn and actually looked like his back was to home plate. Watch this right here. He turns and then somehow, boom, right through him. Right back up the middle. J.J. Hardy picks up a base hit, the 3rd for the Twins. And that's what Ron Cooler was talking about earlier. You know, J.J. Hardy swinging a good bat.
Here's Jose Morales, called out on strikes his first time up. Inside, ball 1. Morales getting a chance. Remember spring training, the Twins had a cluster of catchers behind Mauer, Drew Butera, Jose Morales, and Wilson Ramos, who was traded from Matt Capps. And Ramos for the Washington Nationals, 28 at-bats, hitting .250 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. It would be expected that Ramos will be the regular catcher, I would think, as soon as next year for the Washington Nationals.
And for Morales, I mean, he started the season on a disabled list, still recovering from that right wrist surgery he had over the winter.
1-1 to Morales. I think that's what the Twins would like to see for Morales, is what he could do, hopefully at this level, but what he could do with a full season where he hasn't had to deal with ankle injuries or wrist injuries. It's been frustrating for the Twins, even more so for Morales because he's been dinged up. 3-1.
Well, he's one of those guys, Dick. You look at his minor league numbers, very good minor league numbers. Now, doesn't have a lot of power, but boy, he can hit for average. This year, AAA hit 264. But still, his season was started late because of some injuries.
3-1. And he takes a walk. And over the course of a couple of seasons coming into this year with 122 major league at bats, and he's hitting 328 up here. So now the number 9 batter, Repko, with 2 aboard and 2 out.
And Gomez walking his third batter. He had that string of 9 consecutive outs. Now Tim Belcher, the pitching coach, out to talk to his young pitcher.
Quick trip to the mound. Here's Repko, hit a fly ball to center his first time up. Down the middle of strike. The Twins hopefully will look forward to putting together some sort of a playoff roster. Morales, an interesting prospect. Here's a drive to center and a base hit. Hardy around third. He's coming in. Brantley comes up with the throw. Cut off behind the mound, and the Twins get another run-producing 2-out hit.
Good for Jason Repko. He took strike one, a fastball down. He waited, and then just a quick bat line drive up the middle. That scores J.J. Hardy for the second run of the inning. Good compact swing right there. Ball left up. Hardy hitting right back. Repko hitting right back up the middle, scoring Hardy from second. Jerry White right there, the first base coach, reminding him what's going on. 2 outs. We're running on anything. So Repko picks up his 9th RBI.
Here's Span. A high fly to center, sending Brantley back. And it ends the inning. But a home run, a single, a walk, a single, all with 2 out. And the Twins get a pair and take a 3-1 lead. Target Field, Danny Valencia, a home run with 2 outs in the inning. Another run to follow. The Twins have a 3-1 lead. Ron Coomer, Robbie Smikowski, Burt Blylev, and Dick Kramer with the Twins in front now 3-1. And we head to the 5th inning with Brian Dunsing facing Lou Marson. And the first pitch over a strike. When Dunsing was handed a 1-0 lead after the first inning, the Indians came back after a leadoff walk to tie it up right away. We'll see how he handles his second lead of the night. And Dunsing throwing strikes, 0-2. Marson drew a leadoff walk but didn't score in the 3rd inning. Foul back. You know, Dunsing, a couple of times Bird has kind of showed the prowess of a veteran. A couple of times he said, you know, he's been out on the mound in the early innings and he hasn't felt good at all, but he found it in the middle innings. And to me, that sounds like a guy who's been around for a few years.
Yeah, and you know, and that's what it's I think impressed me about Brian Dunsing. It's the way that he goes about his business. You know, I mean, that pitch right there, you know, a little outside, so he's going to make an adjustment. He makes adjustments as the game goes on, and I think that's what has impressed Rick Anderson too. Changing speeds, works both sides of the plate.
1-2. Swing and a miss, and Morales will tag Marson. A leadoff strikeout here in the 5th inning.
And strikeout number 3 for Dunsing. I'd like to say hello to Adele and also Kim and Ralph. Welcome up to the booth. And you brought a sign with you. We're going to show it real quick. You're one of our lucky sections, and you look great. Snuggie.
Here's Michael Brantley with 1 out in the 5th. And there's strike 1.
You know, on that sign, she said that in 2010, she even took the Wheaties from the championship in 1987 and put 2010 on the Wheaties.
Oh, yeah?
Very nice.
Kadair fields a foul ball.
So Adele did this right here. There we are. That's the Wheaties from 1987. She put 2010 on there. Hopefully that will come true. There's change of faces on that.
2 strikes to Dunsing, who pitched 84 innings for the Twins last year. So he kind of spent his rookie season last year. Swing and a miss. And he starts the 5th inning with a pair of strikeouts.
Well, see, that's the adjustments he's been able to make. You know, he kind of struggled a little bit, but you know what? He's working out of it now, and all of a sudden, you know, he's settling down nicely. That picks up his 4th strikeout.
2 down in the 5th. Here's Asdrubal Cabrera.
This is a good hard breaking ball right here. And Brantley swinging and missing.
Cabrera takes down and in, ball 1.
Thing about Dunsing too, in the Central Division so far in his young career, he's 7-0 with a 1.94 ERA in the American League Central Division.
Bouncer to short. And Dunsing has a very good 5th inning with a couple of strikeouts, a ground out, and a 10-pitch inning. for the Twins' top memorable moment you'd like to see replayed here on Fox Sports North. You can vote for opening day at Target Field, highlighted by Jason Kubel's home run. Maybe Jim Thome's walk-off blast against the White Sox.
You know what's so cool about that walk-off blast? And remember, that went 10 innings, and the White Sox had scored in the top, and then Jim Thome hit the 2-run home run for the Twins' victory.
And I think you could make the case, we discussed it over the weekend. Here's Orlando Hudson. The Twins took off from there, and the White Sox have never really recovered from that. They had a chance to trim the Twins' lead in the division to 2 games, and instead it was 4, and now it's 10. So that one swing of the bat kind of turned the seasons around for both teams. And by the way, Thome hoping to hit here in the 5th inning. And 1-1 the count to Orlando Hudson. There's just an absolutely wonderful photograph that Jim Thome has made a copy of, and a big size photograph too. We're talking, you know, like a picture window size photograph of him coming to home plate. And it was captured from the third base photo well. And all you see is Thome's back of his jersey, the broad shoulders, and all of that, swing and a miss, and Hudson's gone on strike. And you get to see the semicircle of Twins players greeting him at home plate with at least a dozen expressions of joy and excitement, and the fans in the background. And it's one of the greatest photographs I've ever seen in a sporting event. To me, it's right up there with Bobby Orr after he won the Stanley Cup for the Bruins 40 years ago, whenever that was. So 1 down, and here's Michael Kadire. Kadire, hurt ground ball, knocked down by Cabrera, and that's all they get. And now he's grabbing the wrist. He may have jammed it as he reached for the ball in the outfield grass.
Yeah, the left wrist.
Now, he broke a wrist, and I believe it was his left wrist earlier this year.
Well, he dives for this ball right here, but watch the glove get underneath and the hand get underneath his body. Yeah, he broke his left forearm.
Yep.
Back in May.
Well, here's Jim Thome, who has hit 4 home runs this year against the Indians, including a game winner in extra innings at Progressive Field the last time we were there. Foul back. A chance to stop by the Twins Pro Shop in Minnetonka today, and I said, what are your top sellers? And of course, for years it's been Joe Mauer t-shirts, Joe Mauer jerseys, and sneaking up now, Jim Thome stuff. I mean, he in a short period of time has become immensely popular with Twins fans because, in part, the dramatic home runs and the tape measure shots.
And a future Hall of Famer, too. A guy that's hit 588 career home runs. And just a class act.
2 strikes to Thome. And down and away.
I think fans, you know, as the season has gone on, has heard so many of his teammates talk about him, Jim Thome, about what he means, not only his presence in the lineup, but what he means in the clubhouse. You know, a Harmon Killebrew type of individual that just has a lot of class. The way he treats all his teammates, the way he treats people.
One and 2 to Thome. Inside. I don't know if I mentioned this on here. Somebody asked me what it's been like to be around Thome this year, and I said the best testament I can give about what it's been like this year. I had some dealings with Jim when he was a member of the Indians. I had some dealings with Jim when he was a member of the White Sox, and now with the Twins, and he hasn't treated me any differently in any 3 scenarios. You know, he treats everybody politely. Here's a runner taking off. Kadire with an easy steal to second base. With the third baseman, Marte, trying to put the tag on at second base because of the shift. Kadire gets a stolen base.
He got a great jump right there off the pitcher. Now Marson has thrown out about 36% of base stealers. He's got a great arm right up behind the plate, but he really had no chance to get Michael Kadire.
And it's a full count now to Thome.
I met Jim Thome when I was a player. Jimmy Warfield was a trainer for the Cleveland Indians, late Jimmy Warfield, and he introduced me to Jim Thome. And anybody that Jim Warfield said, hey, this is a class guy, you could see that Jim Thome was that type of man. Jimmy Warfield was a great man, great trainer.
Cabrera, of course, having to cover the bag from the position at second base where he used to play for the Indians. Bounce to the right side. Kadire will move up a base. Thome's retired, out number 2. And that'll bring up Delman Young. And get an inside look into high school sports with Fox Sports Prep Zone. Watch this week's show from Rogers High School. And hear an inspirational story from a senior offensive lineman in the Rogers football team. And Tom Linneman goes on the field with one of the state's top quarterbacks. For all this and more, watch Fox Sports Prep Zone tomorrow at 6, only in Fox Sports North. We're out in the Rogers High School today, taping segments for that show. Here's Young with Kadire at third, and there's a base hit. I think up the middle. Cabrera can stop it, and that's all he can do. So Young drives in his second run, and again the Twins get a 2-out run-producing hit.
I'm really surprised that they keep pitching Delman down and in, because that's where he likes to drop the barrel of the bat and hit the ball sharply somewhere. Cabrera, the shortstop, really hurting out there. See that ball run in on Young, and he hits it right up the middle. Cabrera has no play, but keeps it in the infield as Kadire scores, and the Twins take a 4-1 lead.
And here's Valencia, who made it a 2-1 ball game with a 2-out home run back in the 4th. Twins out hitting the Indians 6-2. Ball 1. Gomez was sailing along till Valencia's home run. He retired 9 in a row, then Valencia hit the home run. And with 2 outs, the Twins have done very well, and all 4 runs have been produced with a 2-out hit. And a strike. Mentioned before, the Twins still have a chance for a 100-win season, and here they are. They've brought along a player in Valencia. Didn't start the year with him, but it looks like he's going to be their third baseman for a long time. And the Twins have gotten Ben Revere up here now, and he looks like eventually, maybe not next year, but eventually he's going to be an outfielder for the Twins, and that really is so critically important for even a successful team like the Twins. If you can do that within the context of a winning season, and you don't have to break it all up and try to rebuild. You rebuild, if you will, 1 or 2 players at a time, and you don't have that mass reconstruction that you see in Kansas City and Baltimore and Pittsburgh all the time.
Well, I know what's so nice is that these players that you talk about, Valencia and Rivera, they came out of the Twins system. Unlike what the Indians are trying to do it via their trade or trading some of their talent away, like C.C. Sabathia and Cliff Lee, and then have to build with, guys that aren't in the organization.
Beyond winning the division, the task for the Twins to try to finish the regular season with the best overall record. Yankees had a 4-0 lead. Now the Rays have tied it up. And I guess tonight the Twins want the Rays to win. And then tomorrow night they might want the Yankees to win. There's a drive to left field, carrying out towards the gap, but Duncan is there. And that's the third out. A single, a stolen base, and another single, and it's 4-1.
Twins game. Your game day forecast is brought to you by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Coverage begins for tomorrow's game at 6:30 p.m. It'll be partly cloudy. First pitch 68, but a cool breeze from the northwest, and the temperature will drop pretty quickly.
Great time of year, isn't it? Gets down in the 50s. Great sleeping weather. Can't beat fall in Minnesota. Here's Shin-Soo Choo leading off the 6th. Choo lines it over the glove of Hardy into left center field. Young cuts it off, and Choo is aboard with a leadoff single. AT&T Trivia, we think Choo is part of the answer. I'm going to go.
We know he's part of the answer.
We know he's part of the answer. I think I'm going to go with, who did I mention? Carlos Baerga? I think he's on that list. Robbie Alomar, we mentioned his name.
Oh, Joe Carter. I played with Joe Carter.
Yeah, well, that counts then, too, as the right answer. So we got all 4.
We're good, aren't we?
Here's Shelley Duncan taking a strike. Duncan drew a leadoff walk, scored the only Cleveland run. He nearly put the Indians up 4-1. In the 3rd inning with 2 on and 2 out. He sent Denard Span to the bullpen fence in left center, and Span caught it for the 3rd out of the inning. So drive to left center field and a couple of solid strokes for the Indians. Span cuts it off, fires towards middle infield. Duncan has a double, and the Indians have a threat here. The 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out. It is an exciting time to be a baseball fan and a busy time for baseball scouts, Ron Coomer.
Well, it is. I've had a chance to hang out with some of my old coaches. Pat Rossler's here from the New York Yankees, who is my AA hitting coach and is really interested in seeing Pavano, and of course Brian Dunsing, who got put into the rotation at All-Star break. But then Gene Glenn, who was my third base coach with Tampa, is with Tampa, was my third base coach with the Cubs. And the things that they say about the Minnesota Twins, how good defensively they are, but they're really interested in seeing the new arms that the Twins have been able to use, like Brian Dunsing, and just how effective he's been. Everybody in baseball is watching these guys throw right now.
We'll watch with interest to see how Dunsing handles this situation. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. It's ahead of Jason Nix. Struck him out in the 2nd, got him to pop up to Kadair in the 4th. Infield back, and a check swing, but strike 2.
Yeah, Jerry Davis, the crew chief, he said that he went too far. Brian Knight, the home plate umpire, had to ask. Breaking ball, outer half of the plate. Nick's going too far. Dunsing with 4 strikeouts in the game.
2 strikes to Nix. High. Nix with some power, a dozen home runs, but just a .230 batting average, and he's filling the DH spot tonight for Cleveland. Twins will concede a run if they can get a ground ball out here. Swing and a miss. Dunsing with an opportune strikeout. One away.
Yeah, getting Nix for the 2nd time and his 5th strikeout. Good breaking ball down and in, and Nix swinging over the top of it.
Fox Sports North supports Light the Night, a 1 to 2 mile walk benefiting the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Sunday at Target Field. Join Team Marnie to walk on the field with Marnie Gellner or donate to her team. You can visit foxsportsnorth.com, click on the events page to find out how. Here's Matt Laporta. A couple of fly balls to right so far for Laporta. And again, the Twins infield with a 3-run lead, playing back. Strike.
Yeah, Dunsing fell behind on Laporta in his first at-bat, then went fastball away, and Laporta hit that ball to right field. Guy that stands pretty close to home plate, likes to extend those arms. You go in, you want to miss him because he can hit that ball out of the ballpark. Pitch Morales sit in, and it's missed in.
2-0. Twins seem on the verge of capturing a division championship. The Indians trying to stay out of last place. 27 games back. The Royals right now in last place, 27 and a half back. And Laporta asks for time. Manny Acton-New coming in. It was going to be kind of a difficult season in terms of a division championship, a non-competitive season. 3-0. Andy Marte on deck. The walk fills the bases with 1 out. Foul back. He was green lighted on 3-0. Dunson trying to weave his way through this 6th inning jam.
3 walks, 5 strikeouts. This will be pitch number 75 for Dunson.
And 1 to Laporta. And another pitch that looked like it was right around the knees. It's ball 4 and they're filled.
Rick Anderson out to talk to Dunson. Just give him a little breather.
Yeah. So a single, a double, now a 1-out walk, and Marte comes up with the bases full and 1 away. And just a reminder again that while the Twins are playing Cleveland here, the White Sox are getting ready to open up a series in Oakland in about a half an hour. So the Twins will be playing 2 hours ahead of Chicago tonight, tomorrow night, and again Wednesday afternoon.
What Denson needs right here is a ground ball out, double play. He's had 14 double plays turned behind him. Marte has hit into only 2 double plays, so he's due.
And that push through the right side of the infield. It'll score a run. And the bases are reloaded. An errant throw by Repko. And over the head of Cuddyer, and an acrobatic stop by Morales. So it's a 4-2 ball. 4 of the 5 batters have reached here in the 6th.
Marte picking up his second RBI of the ball game, just taking that pitch the other way. Good piece of hitting right there by Marte. Repko comes up. And normally pretty good at hitting that cutoff man, and Morales has to lunge and dive for that ball to keep it in front of him. So Chu scoring the first run of the inning, and the bases remain loaded.
And here is Drew Sutton. A couple of ground balls, and Dunsing would like to coax a third here in the 6th inning. Speed pitch hits the corner. Sutton with a bouncer to Valencia and a comebacker to the mound. Drilled to center. Down for a hit. It'll score 1 more. And it's 4-3. So 4 hits and a walk here in the 6th inning. And it's a 1-run game.
Fastball left up right there. And Sutton picking up his first RBI as a Cleveland Indian. Landing in front of Span. And Duncan scoring the second run of the inning.
Now the number 9 batter, Lou Marson. This inning started with Shin-Soo Chu's single over J.J. Hardy into left field. only man that Dunsing's gotten. Nix struck out swinging. Still only one out. Ball one.
Morales sitting pretty much down the middle of the plate, and that's where that ball was.
Two and oh. Dunsing came into the inning with just 2 hits allowed, and now 4 and a cluster here in the 6th. Jose Maharis getting loose. Two and oh. Foul back. Two and one to the number 9 hitter. Speed pitch over, and it's 2 and 2.
Yeah, good breaking ball right there in a fastball situation. To even the count.
Fights it off to stay alive.
A lot of pitches thrown this inning. 21 pitches. Wally the Beer Man.
Guy catches a foul ball, but still didn't want the transaction disrupted. Still wanted his beer. 2 and 2. And time called. Dunsing entered the inning with a 3-run lead. It's just a 1-run lead, and he's got a little work to do here in the 6th. 2 and 2 to Lou Marson. Full count. Brantley on deck. And it might be the last man Dunsing faces one way or the other here. It's been a very tough inning for him.
As a pitcher, you tell yourself you're one good pitch away from getting out of this inning.
Did he go? Strike 3, a big check swing call, and Marson is out number 2. Wow, what a big call made by Jerry Davis, the first base umpire.
Let's take a look at it right here. It's a fastball in, and Marson, he went too far. Well, Dunsing picking up a big strikeout, his 5th. Excuse me, number 6.
And now Michael Brantley. Brantley bringing a 19-game hitting streak into the game so far. Dunsing has retired him 3 times. Smothered nicely by Morales, ball 1. Yankees will open up a 4-run lead on the Rays. Still batting in the bottom of the 6th. Curtis Granderson hitting a home run. And Garza continues to struggle in the second half for the Rays. There's some pitchers in that very good Tampa rotation that have struggled. James Shields has had a tough time in the second half.
Well, they're the hitting streak so far this year. As far as rookies, the longest. Rob Quinlan since 2002.
1-0 to Brantley. And a strike on the inside corner. Dunsing trying to be the 5th member of the Twins pitching staff to reach double digits in wins. He's 9-2. Nick Blackburn also has 9 wins. 1-1. 2-1.
Yeah, 26 pitches so far here in the 6th inning.
And a strike on the outside corner. Well, Dunsing missed with the first pitch, threw a fastball over the inside corner, missed with the third pitch, and clipped the outside corner with a fastball. Check swing, they'll appeal. It's ball 3. So now the merry-go-round with the bases full, the count full, and 2 away.
Bouncing 2-2 breaking ball. And Brantley holding up.
To the last man, Dunsing faces. They'd like to get him and complete the 6th inning. Full count to Brantley. Slap foul.
As a hitter, you want to protect the plate, the ball down. And Brantley's slicing it the other way. Now you wonder in the back of his mind, he knows he's got that hitting streak going, that he might swing at a pitch out of the strike zone. Still, as a pitcher, you don't want to find out here. You want to throw a strike.
Another 3-2. And a liner to Valencia ends the inning. And Dunsing gives up a couple, but he leaves the bases full and comes off the mound with the Twins up a run.
Danny Valencia against the Oakland A's here on Friday. A solo home run Saturday, a 3-run home run. And then here tonight, a solo home run for Danny Valencia, his 5th home run of the year.
Frostbrook Coors Light freeze cam, and you saw on all 3 of them his head, his eyes right down on the point of contact. There's a strike to J.J. Hardy, Jose Morales, Jason Repko to follow. Hardy with a single and a run scored his last time up. And a liner right up the middle. Now a liner to left. For Gomez, almost given a reprieve with his teammates scoring a couple. And Hardy starts the 6th inning with a sharp single to left. Time for the Quest high-speed pitch, brought to you by Quest high-speed internet.
Yeah, Dunsing really struggled here tonight, but still 6 innings, 3 runs allowed. That's a quality start. Clocked as high as 93, and Gomez at 92.
Jose Morales has struck out and walked. Check swing, strike one. Lauer took treatment on his injured left knee. Didn't come out and hit during batting practice. It might be a situation, the Twins do have the luxury, it might be a situation where Joe doesn't play in this series. The Twins have their last off day of the year on Thursday, so if they opt to go that route, Mauer would, in essence, have 4 days off before the last road trip of the year.
You would think that's what the Twins would probably do, too, because if that left knee is bothering Joe Mauer, I mean, the last thing that what Gardy usually does, if the player says, hey, I can play, okay, then it's an extra day.
Right. 2 strikes to Morales.
You need Joe healthy for postseason.
Well, especially, I mean, just think about it. You're talking about a knee injury to a catcher. We found out in Joe's rookie year, not that we didn't know already, but I mean, the catcher up and down, squatting and all that, hundreds of times over the course of a game. And yeah, the last thing they want is any issue regarding their number 3 hitter.
Well, Texas is going through that with Josh Hamilton. You know, I mean, he got a couple of injections in that rib cage area. They want to make sure he's healthy.
Still 2 strikes to Morales. Jesse Crane warming up. It's apparent that Brian Dunsing's night is done.
I got the old handshake from pitcher coach Rick Anderson and Ron Gardenhire, the manager.
Swings and misses. A strikeout victim for the second time.
A good changeup right there. And Gomez picks up strikeout number 5.
They're great deals at the great new ballpark. And maybe the best is a ticket in the alcohol-free The Our Family section, courtesy of the Our Family brands. Limited tickets are available for the final weekend. And you can get tickets in the Our Family section for just $22. That includes a Schweiger hot dog and Pepsi. Log on to twinsbaseball.com or call 833-TWINS. Check out availability. Here's Jason Repko, an RBI single his last time up. This is going to be a tough play. Charged by Marte, and he gets Repko by a step. And on the play, Hardy goes to second. So 2 down, and the Twins in search of another 2-out hit, this time from Span. Span 0 for 3 in his return to the lineup. Outside, ball 1. Span with a ground ball, a fly ball, and a strikeout. His 68th strikeout of the year. He's walked 57 times. Two and 0. All 4 Twins runs have been driven in with a 2-out hit. A high drive to deep right field. This is back. And off the wall, Span, round second. He wants one more. He's driven in a run with a 2-out triple.
Crowd on its feet. Again, one of the most exciting plays in baseball is that triple. Span got the count in his favor, jumped on the fastball, hit it off the wall in right field. Hardy scoring the 5th runner for the Twins. And for Bernard Span, he picks up his 10th triple of the year, driving in his 55th run.
The Twins, in a sense, have hit for the cycle here tonight. They've driven in a run with a 2-out single, a 2-out double, a 2-out triple, and a 2-out home run. Here's Hudson. Up and in, ball one. Hudson looking for his first hit. Everybody in the Twins lineup has either walked or gotten a hit.
Yeah, Twins tonight 6 for 11 with 2 outs with 3 walks. So good 2-out hitting.
Base hit Hudson.
And it continues.
And it's a 2-run inning, and the Twins have gotten the 2 back that the Indians got in the top of the inning.
Well, Hudson picking up his first hit, driving in his 35th run of the year as Span scores. So Gomez leaving some pitches that are hittable right here this inning. And the Twins take a 6-3 lead.
Michael Canaires walked and singled and scored both times he's reached base. Down the middle of strike. Ooh, Michael got a pitch up and he fouled it straight back. Be the 100th pitch for Gomez, and even though he struggled, he hasn't had much go right for him, and he hasn't pitched well through the middle innings here, but the Indians are letting him trying to get himself out of this mess. Hudson goes. Marson's throw not in time. Hudson with a head first slide steal, second. So the Twins get their second steal. Earlier, Canaires stole the base.
Canaires stole his 7th base in the 5th inning. Here in the 6th inning, Hudson steals his 8th base. Had a very good jump. Again, Marson's thrown out 36% of potential base stealers. That's the best in the American League. And Hudson getting that left hand on the bag.
See if there's one more 2-out hit. Canaires almost certainly isn't going to drive in 100 runs this year, but he might score 100. He has scored twice tonight. 90 runs scored to lead the team in that category. And a few years ago, he drove in 100 and scored 100. Two and two. Deep to left. This one's back. Gone. Another home run for Canaires. And 2 more. 2-out runs for the Twins.
Boy, he golfed that shot right there. Home run number 14 on the year for Canaires.
have been driven in with a 2-out hit.
Remember, Kadire had not hit a home run here since May 8th up until yesterday, and now he goes back-to-back games with a home run.
And now the Indians finally come out and get Jenmar Gomez. Had some moments tonight, but the Twins caught up with them in the middle innings and now lead by 5. Tony Sipp's going to pitch for the Indians. Jim Thome standing in the box.
Yeah, Sipp coming out, making his 66th relief appearance. Hard throwing left-hander. 65 strikeouts and 59 innings pitched with 36 walks.
Thome 0 for 2 with a walk. Down and away, ball 1. The Twins doing very well in the 2-out hitting department after really struggling to score runs against the Oakland pitching staff. 2-0. And the White Sox will try to do some damage against that Oakland pitching staff. That first game of that 3-game series getting started here in just a little while. And it'll be Gio Gonzalez going against Gavin Floyd. 2-0 to Thome. 3-0 with Delman Young on deck. Thome walks on 4. So with 2 outs this inning, a triple, a single, a home run, and a walk, and Young, who's already driven in a pair, will hit with Trevor Plouffe coming off the bench to run for Thome. Just in the 6th inning, but Gardenhire now has his team up by 5. Young with a pair of runs batted in and 104 on the season. Trying to make it 106 there. Swing and a miss.
A good hard breaking ball right there by Tony Sipp. Sipp has a good fastball in the low 90s, a hard slider, and then a changeup in his 2nd season with the Indians. Two strikes.
Dyer's 2-run home run, the biggest swing of the bat of this inning. Outside, and it's 1-2. Check this swing. 2-2. And 3-2. Well, we've seen Sip when he's been very, very good against Justin Morneau, Jason Kubel, some of the other left-handed batters, but obviously he's been up and down the last couple of years. He's had issues with something because he's not been able to establish himself. Now he's struggling with his control. Plouffe will leave early from first. And Young flips one foul.
Well, he's got a good fastball. At times he has an overpowering type fastball, but it's, again, the control of his fastball. He's got a strikeout pitch, that hard slider. But when you're always, 2-1, 3-1, you don't have that slider you have a lot of confidence in. You have to challenge him with your fastball.
And he walked. So Sip walked Tony. And now he walks Young, and that'll bring up Valencia.
Yeah, there's the fastball right there. I mean, he missed up in the strike zone. If you're going to miss with that fastball, you have to miss down in the strike zone.
Here's Valencia with 2 on, 2 out. The 9th man to bat this inning.
One thing for the Indians so far in the month of September, their pitchers combined coming into this ballgame a 2.78 ERA. So this is a very unusual type of outing for Manny Acta and his pitching staff in this month. They have really been pitching extremely well. We're going to see a guy tomorrow night, Fausto Carmona, that has been outstanding.
Sip's next pitch will be the 63rd of this 6th inning. Fouled off his front leg. 2 strikes. There's Carmona. The Twins had no chance against him in Cleveland a week and a half ago. He was that good. Two strikes. High fly to left center. It's got some carry out toward the gap, but Brantley puts it away. Good inning for the Twins. 4 runs driven in with a cluster of 2-out hits, and the Twins lead by 5. Twins in the Mountain Dew game summary.
Well, in the first inning, it was Delman Young with an RBI double to give the Twins a 1-0 lead, but the Indians came back off the bat of Andy Marte with a triple that tied at 1 apiece. In the fifth inning, Delman Young another RBI base hit, this one an infield hit. And in the 4-run sixth inning, Bernard Span with an RBI triple, and then Michael Kadire with a 2-run home run, his 14th of the year, giving the Twins an 8-3 lead.
We started our broadcast tonight. We talked about Dunsing, and he gave the Twins a quality start here tonight. Hobbled in the sixth, but got through it. But then we talked about the Twins bullpen and what they've done over the last week and a half, and Crane a big part of what has been a very good bullpen in the second half.
Yeah, especially over the last 8 games, the Twins bullpen come 26 1/3 innings. They have given up only 1 earned run with 3 saves. 1-0 out of the bullpen, and it's been a combination of all 11 guys out there. Caps with those 3 saves.
Here's Asdrubal Cabrera. Jesse Crane's first pitch misses, ball 1.
Crane making a 68th relief appearance. 64 innings pitched.
This is Luis Valbuena hitting for Cleveland. Cabrera injured his left wrist at least once, and so Valbuena will hit for him here starting the 7th inning. Two 2-0. And a strike. Fouled away, 2-2. Valbuena, Chu, and Duncan. They are the scheduled hitters for Cleveland. Checked his swing. And it's a full count. Gavin Floyd has just left the game in the bottom of the first inning for the Chicago White Sox. He's been relieved by Tony Pena. Presumably because of an injury of some sort. That's the last thing, of course, the White Sox need. Fouled away.
Well, for Jesse Crane, over his last 38 2/3 innings, covering 41 appearances, he's given up only 3 earned runs.
Full count to the leadoff man here in the 7th. Here's a drive to right center field. Repko chasing it. Nice running catch in the gap, 1 away. He can cover a lot of ground.
Valbuena gave it a ride, but Repko covering some ground as he hustles into that right center field area to get the first out.
1 down in the 7th, and that brings up Shin-Soo Choo. Ball 1. Choo singled, leading off the 6th. The Indians got a couple of runs in the 6th, but they left the bases full, and Dunsing was able to get outs 2 and 3 and extinguish the threat and keep the Twins in front by a run. Then his teammates scored 4 runs for him in the bottom of the 6th before he officially left the game. I mentioned before the Indians fielding a lineup tonight. No drafted and developed guys from the Cleveland organization. Chu coming over from Seattle. Even when Travis Hafner plays, he was a former Texas Ranger. Hafner back in the Midwest, North Dakota farm boy. 3-0 now to Chu.
We've been bothered a little bit about the shoulder problems again, kind of flared up for Hafner.
Three and one. Chu draws a 1-out walk. So Crane struggled throwing strikes the other day. Was able to get Valbuena on a 3-2 pitch, and now he loses Chu. Duncan coming to the plate. Next time you're at a Twins merchandise outlet like the Pro Shops I mentioned before, or the Majestic Athletic Clubhouse at Target Field, you can purchase this cool print of Target Field created by artist Michael Brower called Home of the Twins. It's a contemporary look at the new home of Twins baseball, and it's also available at twinsbaseball.com. You can order online today. I asked the folks at the Minnetonka Pro Shop about that print. They said they can't keep them in stock. That's how popular the ballpark and the print are. They're on back order, but we encourage you to order online, and you can get your copy during the baseball season. 1 strike to Shelley Duncan. Duncan has scored a couple of the Cleveland runs. So a leadoff walk in the 2nd, and then a double in the 6th. He came around to score. Fly ball, short left center field. Bernard Span with the catch, and now number 2. Up Jason Nix. Nix has struck out a couple of times and popped up to Michael Kadire. Chu took a big stride towards second, but held up, and Nix took a strike. One and one.
Jesse Crane worked here on Saturday, and he had a little trouble with that slider too. That's been his out pitch more or less, and he's still here tonight, just struggling with it a little bit, trying to hit that outer half of the plate. There's a better one.
1 and 2.
It's kind of the pitch that kind of brought Jesse back. A couple things for Jesse. This little cutter right here, and then keeping that left shoulder in. Here on Saturday is really flying open, and it was John Roush out in that bullpen that said, you know, about 3 months ago to Jesse, hey, you're really flying open. Jesse worked on that. Well, really, since the beginning of June, he has just taken off and has pitched outstanding out of that bullpen.
Chu goes, and the pitch popped foul and out of play. Well, it's an ongoing process, isn't it? I mean, you always have to monitor yourself. You have to take tips from teammates. And to think that you're locked in is probably a mistake. You have to mentally make notes to yourself to keep doing things the right way, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to a point where, there's so many little things that can just get you off kilter sometimes. There's a good breaking ball for strike 3.
One-out walk does no damage. Nick strikes out for the 3rd time. Stay tuned for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medicaid. Score even nicer. Twins leading 8-3. A chance to reduce the magic number from 4 to 3. Jesse Crain got through an inning. We'll presume somebody else will pitch the 8th. Somebody else will pitch the 9th. And in fact, somebody else is pitching the 7th for the Cleveland Indians, Frank Herman.
Yeah, Frank Herman coming into the ballgame, making his 38th relief appearance. 42 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts with only 9 walks.
Valbuena in at second for Cleveland. And Sutton moving over to short, replacing Cabrera. J.J. Hardy, Jose Morales, and Jason Repko due up in the Twins 7th.
Yeah, Herman with a pretty good sinking fastball. He's got a tight curveball and a changeup. Started the season down in AAA, got called up on June 4th.
Hardy takes inside, ball 1. Hardy's average at 272. By contrast, Carlos Gomez, the guy that Hardy was traded for so far this year, hitting 239 for the Milwaukee Brewers with 5 homers and 24 runs batted in. One and one. Three hits tonight for Hardy. And he's aboard with another leadoff hit. They've all been singles. And now Jose Morales will hit. I mentioned before when Morales was up that his chance for the playoff roster for the Twins, if it exists at all, would probably exist as a pinch hitter. And Morales excelled in that department last year with the Twins. And you imagine a scenario in the playoffs where the Twins would need a pinch hitter, and this is with Jim Thome as the designated hitter, and if he's unavailable. Last year, Morales got 6 hits and 15 at-bats off the bench, a .400 batting average. So I think what the Twins would like to see is Morales getting some plate appearances, getting his stroke, maybe being able to contribute off the bench, and that would do nothing but improve his chances of making the postseason roster.
Well, one thing the Twins have, too, is they have 4 players, kind of utility-type players, that are switch hitters.
Right.
In Casilla and Punto and Tolbert and Morales.
Sliced foul, 1-2. Now Morales, since he's been up here, hasn't had a chance to play much. So you have to cut him some slack, if you will, and understand that what he's going to need if he's going to be able to pinch hit at all are some opportunities like this where he gets 3-4 at bats in a game. One and 2 to Morales. Time call. Has never hit a major league home run. So far, just 3 singles this year. 7 doubles and no triples in his career. And there's a sharp single to center. So behind in the count, Morales delivers a single to center. First and second, nobody out. You can go to FoxSportsNorth.com for your football fix. Get Vikings postgame reaction from Brad Childress, Brett Favre, and Adrian Peterson following Sunday's loss to the Dolphins. And here Gopher quarterback Adam Weber and his thoughts after a loss to USC and a look ahead. All that and more on FoxSportsNorth.com. What a good weekend of football for the local college and pro football team. Here's Jason Repko. Stride. Two strikes.
2 good fastballs right there. That last one clocked at 94 here. It's the breaking balls that Hardy hit a pretty good pitch down and away to right field, and then he left one up to Morales.
1 and 2. Twins with a run in the first, 2 in the fourth, a run in the fifth, 4 in the sixth, and a promising start here to the 7th inning. Hardy and Morales have each single. Now a bouncer to short. They'll get 1 and 2. So Repko wraps into a double play, and Hardy advances to third. And that'll bring up Span. Span nearly hit a home run. He did hit a triple his last time up.
Yeah, for Span, that's his 10th triple of the year. Carl Crawford leading the American League with 13 triples. And Guerrero getting loose.
Drive to right, and that's going to die in front of Shin-Soo Choo. So another 2-out hit. Driving in the 9th run, and all 9 runs have been driven in with 2-out hits.
Yeah, Span picking up his second RBI of the ball game, his 56th of the year on his second hit. As J.J. Hardy scores for the 3rd time in a ball game.
Hudson drove in a run with an RBI single his last time up. Casilla will hit for him here in the 7th. Save a few of them. Might need some tomorrow. And Casilla takes down an in-ball 1. Hoping to pick up their 90th win of the season, sometimes lost in what has been a hugely successful season. The fact that it seems as if the Twins have been without one key player virtually all season long. And whether it was Hudson, who missed some time because of
J.J. Hardy,
J.J. Hardy missed it, and Casilla and Punto, when he was not playing third base, have done a nice job. Here's a drive to left, hit right at the left fielder Duncan, and that ends the inning. 3 hits for the Twins. Another run they hope they won't need, and they lead by 6. Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by McDonald's. Try one of our 3 new Angus snack wraps. They're full of unbeatable flavor. By Toyota. There are many reasons to buy a Toyota, and now's the perfect time to get yours during Toyota's National Clearance Event. And by the fast, reliable, secure, heavy-duty internet from Qwest. Span with a couple of 2-out hits to drive in runs. And Matt Guerrero comes out of the Twins bullpen to pitch to Cleveland in the 8th.
A shutout inning for Jesse Crain. Matt Guerrero hoping to do the same, making his 69th appearance. Crowd of 39,228, and with the same type of crowd tomorrow, the Twins will go over 3 million.
For just the second time. Yep. And I think Twins fans might remember that back in 1988 there was a ticket buyout to try to get the Twins over the 3 million mark. There was a drive to be the first team to ever, in the American League, sell 3 million tickets, and the Twins did that. But in terms of putting fannies in the seats, this will be the first time in Twins history that they've actually drawn over 3 million fans. One down here in the 8th inning. And that'll bring up Andy Marte.
Here's some fans, and you are here by Circle, and Twin fans, if you want to get circled, you want to be in the winning section, if you'd like to be circled with your sign, go to foxsportsnorth.com and click on the Circle Me Bert tab and see why your sign should be circled for a chance to spend an inning up in the booth. The better the sign, the more likely you'll be circled. Winning sections will be announced the morning before each game on foxsportsnorth.com and kfkm.com.
1 strike to Andy Marte. Drove in a run with a triple. Nearly hit it out of the ballpark. And then since then, a walk and an RBI single. Sharply hit. Knocked down by Valencia. He recovers. Guns it across. Got him. Nice recovery by Valencia. And a nice dig at first by Kadire.
Well, again, once that ball kind of popped out of his glove, he didn't go with his glove to pick it up. He went to barehanded and then to go across the diamond. And Kadire right there to pick it. Ball hit sharply, kind of came up on him. And then barehanding it and then putting something on it. And a nice little pick by Kadire, getting Marte for the second out.
2 quick outs, and here's Drew Sutton taking a strike.
Again, I think you saw the hardness of that infield right there. That ball kind of came up on him.
Sutton with an RBI single his last time up. Swing and a miss, and Guerrero having a very strong 8th inning here.
Yeah, good curveball right there.
7 pitches, 7 strikes. Wow. Can't have an easier inning than Guerrero did here in the 8th inning. Just 8 pitches and a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Mikowski, and I invite you to stay tuned to Quest Twins Live, featuring the Toyota post-game wrap. We're going to talk about the rated rookie, and that rated rookie is Danny Valencia, who goes yard yet again for the Twins tonight. We'll break down his night. Plus, playing the wall is the instructional. Denard Span hit that RBI triple off the right center field wall. Ron Coomer, Anthony LaPanta, Burt Blythe will break that down. Plus, Ron Gardenhire's post-game press conference live from his office here in Target Field. Is Gardy getting a little nervous? Possible clinch tomorrow? We'll get his thoughts on the ballgame tonight, all on Quest Twins Live. Joe Smith takes to the mound for the Indians. Dick Raymer.
Thank you very much. Joe Smith will pitch to Michael Kanier.
I can't wait to see Ron Coomer play that wall.
Hey, you clinched with the Pirates. Well, you clinched in 1970. What do you remember about that clinching? That was a long, long time ago.
Nothing.
I'm sure cases of Calvin bought cases of Dom Perignon.
We were putting Coke on each other.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
But seriously, you remember anything at all about the clubhouse celebration when you won in 1970?
No, honestly, I do not. I was 19 years old. I guess I was just excited to be there, but I wish I did. I don't recall.
Okay. All right. So then let's move forward to 1979. Kanier retired. You guys won the regular season and then the playoffs and then the World Series. What do you remember specifically about those celebrations?
Well, I was a little bit older and I was really fogged. I remember we had a really good time.
Just remember who I'm asking here.
In 1987, the same thing. Fog came over us.
Yeah, okay. All right. Sorry I brought it up. One down, here's Plouffe. I guess the point is, do you think it makes any difference to the players whether they clinch at home or on the road?
You know, in 87, we beat Kansas City that final game to clinch a tie.
Right.
And then we won it the next day in Texas. That doesn't really matter. What I think what would be nice if the Twins were able to do here, the fans would like to see part of it. Like in 2006. Remember the players hung around.
Yeah. 2 strikes quickly to Plouffe.
It'd be kind of nice to initiate the stadium with a nice celebration inside that clubhouse.
I asked Ron Gardenhire that question yesterday, and he said, it really doesn't matter home or road. He just wants it done as soon as possible. I mean, it's really, since the sweep in Chicago, it's been kind of a foregone conclusion, although no one wants to admit it. Just the odds stacked against the White Sox in coming back after being swept. So you've got this scenario out there where you've got almost an imminent division crowning, and all he would admit to, he just wants to experience that as soon as possible and then reset your goal. 2 down. Here's Delman Young. Whether it be resting players, juggling your starting rotation.
Well, there's that fine line, and about resting players. Now, he wants to give Michael Kadire some time off, but you don't want to start resting them too much to where they kind of get rusty.
Right.
So there's that fine line of communication between the manager, his coaching staff, and the players. How much time do they want off once the Twins do clinch it?
Good inning for Joe Smith in the 8th.
That wasn't as
Twins 3 outs away from improving their season mark to 90-60 with totals 150, which means there would be 12 games left in the regular
very good.
season.
Good Minnesota math.
There's your Toyota game reset.
Well, Michael Kadire, second straight day, hit a home run, a big 2-run home run. In the 4-run 6th inning for the Twins, J.J. Hardy, good day at the plate. 3 hits, all singles, scored 3 runs. We'll be watching the top of the 9th inning here from the bench as Matt Tolbert takes over for him at shortstop. And Brian Dunsing looking for another win as a starter. Dunsing, I don't think, had his best stuff. He'll probably say that after the ball game, but still a quality start. Take a look at the numbers of Perkins. He worked in that first game of that series here in Oakland against Oakland. 1 1/3 innings. Gave up a hit, no runs with a strikeout. But Dunsing looking to improve to 7-1 in 11 starts once he's been put in that starting rotation. There's Tolbert at short. And Perkins missing high with a fastball.
3-1.
Well, good inning for Jesse Crane. Good inning for Matt Guerrero. Let's see if they put another 0 on the board again. The
Whoa, my
awesome.
close shave. Woo. Larson with a wicked liner right up the middle, right in front of the snout of Glenn Perkins. It's time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Well, came off the bat of Danny Valencia in the 4th inning in a 1-1 ball game. Danny Valencia hitting his 3rd home run in 4 days. And his 5th home run of the year. That gave the Twins a 2-1 lead. And they never looked back.
Ball 1 to Michael Brantley, who gets one more opportunity here to extend his hitting streak to 20 games. Went up in a key spot in the 6th. Bases full, 2 out. Hit the ball hard, but right at Danny Valencia for the 3rd out. Now a tapper up the line, foul, 1-1. One more thing, just to satisfy my own curiosity. I know in '87 you won the World Championship at home. But what about '79 with the Pirates? Was that in Pittsburgh or Baltimore?
That was in Baltimore.
Oh, it was in Baltimore. Okay.
Yeah, we were down 3-1. Then we won Game 5 in Pittsburgh, and then we won Game 6 and 7 in Baltimore.
Bouncer to second, might be 2. Nice flip. And a good throw. Casilla to Tolbert to Kadire, with Casilla starting a nifty double play.
Oh, I thought Casilla was going to run at the runner in Marson, and then he just flips the ball kind of, watch this right here, he kind of, without looking.
A no-look pass from the second baseman.
I thought he was going to run at Marson right there, and then a no-look. Wow.
Pretty good. When you do that in basketball, it's even tougher doing it in baseball. You're a good point man on the fast break. Valbuena takes a ball, and it's 1-1. Drive to right, and Repko plays it softly in front of him. A 2-out single will get Shin-Soo Choo to the plate. Choo with a single and a walk his last 2 times up. Perkins trying to close down the Indians and keep them from scoring here, and it would be 3 more shutout innings for the Twins bullpen. Jesse Crain didn't give up a hit in the 7th. Matt Guerrero didn't give up a hit in the 8th. Perkins has given up a couple of hits, but got a double play between the hits. Again, Gavin Floyd left the game throwing just a couple of pitches. Tony Pena had to relieve him out of the Chicago bullpen. More injury issues for the White Sox pitching staff. High and tight, 2-1. See, they've had Bobby Jenks break down, Freddie Garcia, Jake Peavy, and now something's happened tonight to Gavin Floyd. Two and 1 to Shin-Soo Choo. Bouncer to short. And your Minnesota Twins have a magic number now of 3. And for the 3rd time in this homestand, Danny Valencia has hit a home run. And our delivery of the game, Michael Kadire, who also hit a home run.
Yeah, Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Michael Kadire starting to heat up again here at Target Field. Home run number 14 on the year.
A season-high 10.5 game lead for the Twins with just a dozen games left for them to play. And Anthony, a good night for the Minnesota Twins. They avoid losing back-to-back games. Now it's been nearly a month since they've done that.
And they used a couple long balls to do it. They win tonight by a final score of 9-3. We'll look ahead at the rest of this series. Give you an update on the